of the adversity. They get into the postseason pretty much out of starting pitching at that point, but their terrific bullpen was able to overcome that. And we saw this team go into the series against the Yankees that a lot of people thought was going to be evenly matched. And guess what? The Yankees finished off the Pinstripers in 5 games, and here they are today about to begin this wonderful journey. The parade beginning downtown at Grant Park and going, as you mentioned, about 45 minutes all the way here to Dodger Stadium. We're right behind us. Right behind us over home plate. Cool. It will be set up right there and be enjoying the end of the parade with the great full Dodger Stadium here. And guys, parades are nothing new in baseball. They're almost as old as the game itself. The first championship parade was 1905 in Philadelphia. So here we are, almost 120 years later, and we're going to have one right here in Dodger Stadium.
If you're just tuning in, we are in the broadcast booth where you would usually see Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser, but we're lucky to be taking their spots today for this very special celebration, and we're very grateful to be here for that. So the parade's starting a few minutes late. Right now, the buses were supposed to be at City Hall. It's clear they're a little bit behind schedule, but not a huge surprise by that. But it looks like the players are on those buses and ready to go, and we see them decked out, and Yamava, which seems to sponsor pretty much everything in Southern California, sponsoring this as well, as we see them on the buses. And you know, we've seen, Marla, all these players, many of them are fathers with very cute young kids.
Oh, so many of them.
And so this is a day for them not only to celebrate as a team, but to celebrate as a family as well.
Yeah, and of course, when you say that, I think of Freddie Freeman, of course, given what he went through with his young son, Max, who we're so happy to report is okay. It's hard to get a look at exactly who from this vantage point, but yes, the buses are there. They are ready to roll into downtown Los Angeles, and the players were all saying going into this, I want to see that downtown Los Angeles packed with people, and I think their wish will come true. I think they will not be disappointed. Is that Walker Buehler on the left there, on the far left? He was sort of the unsung hero of the series when he pitched that final inning in the bottom of the 9th. That was quite something, so I'm not sure if that's him. It looked like him from this vantage point for a moment there, Kyle.
So many different heroes that had a part in this World Championship, and we're going to see a lot of them today. And one thing I really love about this parade is, as Alex alluded to, it's a family affair. The players bring their spouses, they bring their children, and they're celebrating with families. And this is the part of the game that you don't always see when it comes to Major League Baseball. You see the players on the field, but now you get to see them more humanized with their families and celebrating today.
And Kyle, the last time we did a parade like this, it was when the Rams won the Super Bowl, and the amount of alcohol that was consumed by the Rams.
The amount of alcohol that was consumed by Matthew Stafford
was unbelievable.
Oh, that's right.
It will be interesting to see if this is a more family-friendly affair, or if it is as much of a drinking fest as we saw for that parade.
Well, let me just tell you, a little birdie told me that there are a bunch of SUVs that are lined up outside Dodger Stadium, and that is so that the players have a safe ride home.
Nice.
So if they do imbibe a little too much, which, hey, you can't blame them. You know, they just clinched their 8th World Series title. It had been a long time coming. They've been looking forward to this. They will have a safe ride home. So the buses, they are on the move right now. And let's also remember, as we're looking live from Sky Fox, what today is. Today is November the 1st, which would have been Fernando Valenzuela's 64th birthday. And you know, although they're partying and they're celebrating, you know that they're thinking of Fernando and his family, of course. Many of them will be here today. I've seen so many. Look at the fans lining the street there. They're so excited to be so close to the boys in blue. But yes, lots of number 34, Alex, on the minds of fans today.
And we think of Fernando Valenzuela also where we're sitting, Kyle, because Fernando for so many years was a broadcaster for the Dodgers in Spanish language in these very broadcast booths, watching the game for so many times.
It's really quite remarkable. We sadly lost Fernando recently, and to have the Dodgers come through the way they did, and for us here to be having a parade and a celebration on what would have been his 64th birthday, and so many of the fans that we've spoken to, and so many of our reporters have spoken to fans along the parade route today, they've voluntarily said that this is for Fernando, and we're celebrating Fernando today, while of course celebrating this great Dodgers championship, the 8th in franchise history. And here come the boys.
Yeah, there they are. You know who we haven't mentioned today is Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
And I bring him up because he is the only current active position player to have 3 World Series rings right now. Of course, he won one with the Red Sox in 2018, and then, of course, in 2020, and now in 2024. So what a man he is, Mr. Mookie Betts, and he is beloved by the crowd behind us.
What a start to the career for Mookie Betts. I mean, he started with the Boston Red Sox organization back in 2014. And as you mentioned, won the World Series with them in 2018. And then in 2020 is when the Dodgers signed him to that very long contract. I mean, he's locked up for 12 years, that massive $325 million contract. So Mookie Betts is going to be around a long time. We're very happy about that. And of course, yeah, as you mentioned, winning his 3rd ring in this series.
And the Dodgers have 3 former MVPs at the top of their order: Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, and Freddie Freeman. And you think of this season, which really started off with Mookie on a historic tear. And a lot of people were talking about him potentially being the MVP. Then he got hurt. We saw what Shohei Ohtani did all season. And he, of course, will win the MVP. Freddie Freeman, kind of an afterthought because of those two's dominant performance. And then Freddie Freeman ends up as the World Series MVP. All 3 of them having their moments this season. As
Is that Teoscar? I think it may have been Teoscar on the right there.
And that's somebody who we don't know if he's going to be back next year.
I know, in free agency, but he made it clear the other night after they won. He was asked about that. He said, if it's up to me, I want to stay right here and be a Los Angeles Dodger.
Teoscar Hernandez, I think, was one of the great stories on this Dodger team this year. Played in Seattle last year, was hoping to get a multi-year, a big-time contract offer, and it didn't come. And so Teoscar kind of shifted gears and said, all right, well, if I'm not going to get the big multi-year deal, I'm going to go a place that I think I can fit in, and a place that I think I can win a world championship. And he wanted to come to this Dodger organization, so they signed him to a 1-year deal. And what did Teoscar do? Oh, he just decided to go out and have the best season of his entire career.
He proved himself.
Broke his career record for home runs in a season, had the most walks he's ever had this season, which is significant because he really cut down on his strikeouts. He had the 2nd highest strikeout ranking a year ago. So he became a significant part. He was batting at the bottom of this order. Suddenly he was batting clean up in this order. Teoscar Hernandez made himself a lot of money this year, also hitting a grand slam in the postseason. And now Teoscar Hernandez, hopefully in the driver's seat to receive that big contract offer. Let's hope it's from the Los Angeles Dodgers.
What a cool shot on the 110 freeway, which is shut down right now for these Dodger players. And we see people lining the streets there, cheering them on as well, which is such a cool sight for the entire city. And you think about Teoscar Hernandez, and there's a whole group of Dodgers that were on the team this year that were not on the team last year. And the last few years, the Dodgers have come up short. They didn't have that toughness in the playoffs. It was so disappointing for our fans. You think about Teoscar Hernandez was an addition. Tommy Edman was an addition. Jack Flaherty, a late addition. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, an addition. And, of course, Shohei Ohtani. And all of those guys playing really important roles at key moments in putting the Dodgers over the top, which they were not able to get there. And we saw that team, Marla. One of the things that was so great about this Dodger team was how resilient they were. And every time it seemed like they were going to be counted out, the next man up delivered.
They're the ultimate team in that one of the big storylines going into Yankees versus Dodgers, of course, was Shohei Ohtani versus Aaron Judge. Yeah. And we saw how that played out. Going into Game 5, both Judge and Ohtani were 2 for 15. And even without the $700 million man, they clinched the World Series. That's because their bench is that deep. That's because Edman stepped up, Teoscar Hernandez stepped up, Mookie Betts stepped up. Everybody.
Kike.
Hey, there's your guy, Kike Hernandez.
Speaking of stepping up in the playoffs, Kyler, talk about he's a whole different guy.
Yeah, we call him Playoff Kike because somehow, some way, when we hit the month of October, he turns into a different player. He's a career 220 hitter, but in the postseason, he's a career 280 .380 hitter. He's hit 15 home runs in the postseason. And once again, the Dodgers knew that that's the kind of guy they wanted to go out and get, bring him onto this team and have him ready for the postseason. And he earned himself a starting role in the postseason on this team, and he delivered once again. So the question is, will Kike Hernandez be on this team next year? We'll see. He's a free agent, but he's a fan favorite and love him here, and he just seems to deliver when it's most important.
And the key question, will he give any profanity on the mic today?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
As we know, he's a fan of that. And it'll be interesting to see. There we see Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, there
we
he
see
is.
Will Smith there, and some of the players. It looks like Tommy Edman is sitting there, and you see them there with their loved ones as well.
And what a great story Tommy Edman is. Picked him up at the trade deadline, and he's a kid from La Jolla Country Day, and came onto this team, and he just decided to be the most valuable player of the National League Championship Series. So you have all of these guys that contributed their little ingredient to this winning formula, no doubt about it.
Yeah, of course, Game 5, we're talking about free agents here. Game 5 is started by Jack Flaherty. He really stepped up on Game 1, not so much on Game 5.
Game 5.
Yeah, unfortunately, but there was Walker Buehler to close it out, which was also remarkable because he's known usually as a starting pitcher, but he was so ace and so clutch at the end of Game 5.
You mentioned Jack Flaherty. There's a big question mark right there. Got him at the trade deadline, and it was a great pickup. But will Jack Flaherty be a part of this team next year? He's now a free agent, and we know how many pitchers that the Dodgers have on the shelf right now. It's not that the Dodgers don't have pitching, it's just that they're all injured. So there were so few of them available to this team, and that's why it's almost miraculous that somehow, some way, Dave Roberts was able to navigate through all of those injuries and use his bullpen in order to get the results that he had hoped for.
And that is one of the things we'll be reminded of, Kyle, as we look at the players on this bus, is all the players who didn't play, who are injured. And there we see Mookie Betts and his wife Brianna and his daughter there as well. I think his mother is there with him, which is such a cool fan for the entire Betts family. Mookie is such a great guy. He was the Dodgers nominee for the Roberto Clemente Award for his work in the community. He's very dedicated to the Dodgers Foundation, to his foundation, and his wife Brianna is a big part of that.
Yeah.
They're high school sweethearts. They've been together their whole lives, and it's so cool to see Brianna out here as well.
I don't think we can give Mookie Betts enough credit at this point right now, because let's not forget, Mookie really struggled in the last two postseasons. Last year in the sweep by the Arizona Diamondbacks in the NLDS, Mookie had 0 hits, and he was hearing it. This is your guy, your former MVP, with 0 hits, and he went out this year in the postseason, batted .290, had 18 hits, and Mookie Betts was a huge part of his championship.
Well, and he's also such an unselfish player, like so many of the Dodgers. I'm going to hit on that point of what a team they are, because he talked about also, once they acquired Shohei Ohtani, he knew that this was the man, and everyone else would sort of take a back seat. He was okay with that, and he's such a utility player. He'll play where you put him, and he plays well wherever you put him.
It's a great point you bring up, Marla. Andrew Friedman, before they went out and got Shohei, he went to Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, and these two guys are superstars at the highest level, and he said, I want to make sure you guys are going to be okay with us going out and getting a guy like Shohei, who obviously commands an awful lot of attention. And both of them just said, do whatever it takes to win.
Absolutely.
And those are the kind of players you need on your
Whatever's better for the team.
It seems like there's an interesting dynamic going on, Kyle, compared to that Rams parade, because everybody's got a lot of them have their wife and kid, and some places their mother right there. We don't see the excessive drinking in the obnoxious way that we were seeing at the Rams, at least not yet.
We're 13 minutes into it.
Maybe that'll start a little bit later. It seems like people are on their best behavior so far.
We have yet to see the bottle of Jose Cuervo, or I think actually Stafford was drinking the 1942, so he had the good stuff.
And there's a live look at LA Mayor Karen Bass. She is going to officially kick off the parade once it gets officially started again. It's starting at First and Grand in downtown Los Angeles, right outside City Hall. And we've seen City Hall. If you didn't get a chance to see it last night, hopefully you get to peek it tonight. It's gorgeous because it's lit up in blue.
And when we just saw Karen Bass, she was there with her grandsons, who are both big LA sports fans. Bass says one of the best parts of this job has been going to sports games with her grandsons. We saw her here for game 2, and we talked to her when she was in the crowd here, and it's been a real thrill for her to be able to experience that with them. It looks like we see some of the other.
I think I saw
players.
Gavin Lux is over to the left. You see Miguel Rojas there with the cigar. Miguel Rojas, by the way, the team has an option for him for next year, a $5 million option. He has had one of his best seasons, batted .289 this year for the Dodgers during the regular season, played a great shortstop. Unfortunately, was injured at the end of the year, so we did not see him in the World Series. But what an asset he was to this team. I think an unexpected asset. And Dave Roberts praised Miguel Rojas all season long for the kind of player he was on the field and in the clubhouse as well.
Yeah, and in just that shot, when we were seeing Rojas front and center, we also saw Clayton Kershaw. He was still seated. There's Teoscar.
There he is.
There he is. There he is. Throwing some peace signs out.
And that's got to be Tyler Glasnow behind him because of how tall he is,
6'7",
even though we can't see his face. But Teoscar, I mean, how do you not love Teoscar Hernandez with the attitude he brings every day to the ballpark? The way he was teaching Shohei a little Spanish back in spring training, the way he went out there and became the first Dodger to win the home run derby. Everything Teoscar touched this year turned to gold.
And there is Mr. Clayton Kershaw. You're talking about the players who are hurt. He is one of them, but he is expected, Alex, to come back next year.
Well, if we remember last year, Clayton Kershaw had one of his worst outings ever in the playoffs. It is a big reason why the Dodgers were knocked out of the playoffs, and it was so ugly that I think that was a big reason why Clayton Kershaw came back, because he didn't want to end like that. He comes back, got hurt again, was able to win the championship this year, but I think he still wants to be able to pitch again next year. He says he'll be back, and likely will be back as a Los Angeles Dodger.
Clayton Kershaw has a player option for $10 million, loaded with incentives as well. So he has already said, I want to come back and give it another go. So we'll see what that looks like. But boy, you talk about a guy that's now won 2 world championships. Unfortunately, one of them was during the pandemic, and then the second one he didn't really get to take part in the postseason. But it will be interesting to see if over the course of the offseason, Clayton Kershaw still has that passion to come back and play another season.
Well, we were just talking about Shohei Ohtani, and you know what's remarkable to think about is that he hasn't actually thrown a pitch as a Dodger. You know, he was brought on to be a pitcher, and then what did he do this past season? He became the inductee, the very first 50-50 club, and what he finished the season, if I'm not mistaken, with 54 home runs
and 59 stolen bases. Exactly right.
Yeah,
so,
and we saw that last attempt at stolen base, what that did for him last Saturday with his partially dislocated shoulder. That obviously we saw that play out in Game 5. He was having a hard time swinging the bat.
And, somewhat unfortunate that fans did not get to see the Shohei Ohtani that we got to see on a daily basis here at Dodger Stadium. But you know what? The Dodgers won it anyway, and they carried him a little bit in the postseason into the World Series, and in the future, certainly he will carry the team.
All right, we're going to pause for just 30 seconds for a word from our sponsor.
Nothing feels as good as driving a new Hyundai. And now you can get a great deal on your favorite model at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Plus, every Hyundai is backed by America's Best Warranty. Hurry to the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event before this offer ends. Make your next getaway your best one yet. Drive away now in the Santa Fe with 1.99% APR for 72 months. Only during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Memories will stay with you forever.
And that was a quick word from our sponsor there. And this is a live look from Skyfox. That is Grand Park, and a number of thousands of people have packed the area waiting for the Dodgers, the Los Angeles World Champions there, and they are on these double-decker buses. This parade slated to start officially at 11 o'clock, but what does it matter at this point. People called out sick. People are staying home from school. They're not looking at what time it is. They just want to see their favorite
Look at
Dodgers
that
players.
sea of people, more than 100,000 fans expected to crowd through downtown Los Angeles. And that is a spectacular sight of all these people reveling in another world championship.
What a moment for our city of Los Angeles, which has been front and center and will continue to be front and center in the next few years. You think about what we have scheduled for Los Angeles. We've got the World Cup coming to Los Angeles in 2026. We've got the Super Bowl coming in 2028. We have the Olympics coming in 2028. I think we have the Super Bowl maybe 2027.
2027, yes.
It's an incredible ride where Los Angeles is going to be at the center of the sports universe, and there's every reason to think that the Dodgers will have a very good chance to repeat this again next year. But you never know in sports. We never know about injuries, which is why it's so important for us to enjoy this now, because we haven't been able to enjoy something like this really since I was 2 years old. Mario Ramirez is live in Grand Park near where the parade is starting. Mario, must be something out there right now.
Yes, good morning. It is insane out here. You can see the crowd, and they are all jumping for joy because the buses just pulled up here in front of City Hall. The mayor walking out down the front steps, make an announcement here and send them on their way. This is a 45-minute parade, and it starts here on Spring Street, heading south, then west on 1st, south on Grand, and west on 5th Street, ending near 5th and Flower. And this is the Dodgers' first championship parade since '88, but the second championship in the last 5 years after the Dodgers won the title in 2020 during the pandemic. And you remember there was not a parade back then. So this is really exciting for so many people who wanted to see it back then. Now, Dodgers manager Dave Roberts, MVP Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Will Smith, Tommy Edman, Shohei Ohtani, Kike Hernandez, Yamamoto, and all of their family members are celebrating here. An amazing team that really worked hard and deserves this celebration. The championship came in a season when the Dodgers went through a lot. Dozens of players on the injury list, but they have the best record and clawed their way to the top, winning their 8th championship title. So let me talk to some fans here who are watching this all happen. This guy's shouting for Walker Buehler. How is it?
Walker Buehler is my favorite player.
How is it seeing them here up and close?
It's magical, man. I couldn't imagine being anywhere else.
And walk me through what you're seeing. I mean, they're here with their family members. Everybody is just so full of joy. You can tell their family is proud as well.
Yeah, I'm super proud of the team. I'm glad they have this moment. We were robbed in 2020 because of COVID, but 2024 we back, baby. Go Dodgers.
All right, very good. And the streets here are packed. Obviously, they were expecting around 100,000 people in attendance to watch these buses make their way about 1.2 miles through the streets of downtown LA. And again, the mayor is getting ready to talk here momentarily. We are just... You can feel the excitement and the energy. There's so many kids. There's fans of all ages. And we heard from some people who were here in '88, and more than 30 years later, they're back to celebrate with the Blaze in blue.
This is Dodger Nation!
So exciting. What's this like for you?
Oh my God, this is just like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Celebrate peacefully. Have a great day, LA! Let's go, Dodgers!
This is what we stand for. This
Dodgers!
I haven't seen our MVP. I haven't seen our MVP.
Freddie Freeman, where is that?
That's what I'm looking for. Freddie, I love you. Manda, I love you. I'm just so excited to be here. Woo! I love you guys at home.
All right, so many of these fans watching the World Series. How was it watching the World Series?
Oh, it was the best. Fuck, the best, man. We had a great time. We had best game. We love Buehler. We love Eric Kike. Let's go Dodgers, baby!
And who are you looking out for? I know we just mentioned that Freddie Freeman we haven't seen.
Freddie, we're looking for Freddie. We want the man, the beast.
All right. Let's see. How you feeling, sir?
Hey, man, it's amazing to be out here. You know, we
celebration. We're back at it. Dodgers, man, it's incredible. Brought my kid. He's over here. Look at him. Over here, man. You can't,
All right, and we're watching Mayor Bass. You can see she's got her blue gear on. She is with Sheriff Robert Luna, and they are walking down the buses. Are we going to follow the mayor here? Yeah, let's go with the mayor. So you can see she's waving to the Dodgers and their families on the bus there. The sheriff here walking her to where she is set to make that announcement. Now, we can't go too far because we're dialed into the earpiece here, so we don't want to lose our signal. But there she goes, making her way through the buses on the other side of Spring Street here to the front steps of City Hall. But what a sight to see these buses just pull up in front of City Hall. And I want to show you something else as well here. I'm going to have Holly Wells show you what we have on the street. There are canisters here, big shots is what they're called, and these will shoot out confetti. So they've got lots of police standing by. They are getting ready for some of the festivities, the excitement. They've been throwing out shirts and hats. And basically like a big party and a big giveaway here. I want to talk to some more fans as we continue the show. The buses, the players, and all the action here. How has it been for you out here?
Good, it's very good. We had fun, but we're here with my boy. So we're excited. Let's go Dodgers.
Right. We've got a Good Day LA viewer. We're live on Good Day LA. Who are you looking for? What's this been like?
Oh, it's crazy. We're here since 5 in the morning. Trying to get here front row. It's worth it. Here is the Walker Bueller. Beauty Fans. There goes Sylvia Grisham.
And there goes the big shot. How exciting. That is just what we've all been waiting for.
For so many years.
The energy, you can feel it in the air, right?
Yes, we can. Go Dodgers!
All right, so we're continuing to talk to fans out here. What was that like, that moment you just experienced?
Just amazing. Once in a lifetime shot, you know what I mean? To be here and to celebrate with my team. I'm dying hard. My family's dying hard right here. My nephew. It's amazing.
All right, so there we go. The buses are making their way through from Spring Street, just outside. Again, we're going to head south. To the 88th.
All right, there. Thanks to Mario Ramirez doing some great work there in the middle, and the parade now, Marla, officially underway.
Yes, we heard some remarks from LA Mayor Karen Bass, basically saying what a great day it is. Let's go Dodgers. And then that kicked off the parade in downtown Los Angeles. We've seen many of the players here as they round the corner here. It's all starting at First and Grand. My favorite so far has been seeing Shohei Ohtani, yes, of course, but he has his dog.
Yeah. Did you all see that?
Yes, I did.
We saw Shohei in one of the buses, and he's got Decopine, also known as Decoy, his now very, very famous dog. And oh, by the way, as soon as the parade got underway, there was a loud roar of the crowd here at Dodger Stadium because all the fans, as the seats are continuing to get filled, they are watching on the big screens here, and they see that the parade's underway, so they know it's coming real soon. And once again, we saw Teoscar Hernandez there. There is the Commissioner's Trophy.
And there's
Dave Roberts
Dave
in the front with the big cigar. Dave Roberts. And you know what? Took a lot of criticism the last several years, and he pushed a lot of the right buttons this year. So let's give Dave Roberts his flowers. Now a two-time world champion as a manager, also one time as a player. And there's Teoscar Hernandez, one of the cross favorites as well.
Well, and you think about it, Kyle, because if the Dodgers would have lost to the Padres, which they were very close to doing, there would have been very loud chants from Dodger fans to fire Dave Roberts Roberts.
Whether that is
Instead,
justified,
they make through it, whether it was justified or not.
whether
Look at his
it's
records,
justified or not.
but instead, he's now the hero and he's world champion.
And Dave actually said that. He said, I was preparing for the worst. If I knew if we lost one of those games, I was likely done as the Dodger manager. And guess what? All of a sudden now we're calling him the best manager in the league for the kind of things that he did, and again, pushing a lot of the right buttons and helping the Dodgers win this championship.
What a great shot this is. The escorts being provided to the boys in blue. Teoscar Hernandez saying hello to his fans down below. And this one here is just spraying the crowd with some, probably some Budweiser, it looks like. We saw a lot of the champagne flowing in the locker rooms after the victory, and now they're having a few beers, tipping it back on this Friday morning, 11:30. The parade now officially underway. It's going to go by quickly. I mean, obviously they take it slow because it's just over a mile-long route. Look at all of those.
Yeah, it's so cool, right? When the buses start to show up and they turn a corner and the fans see the bus coming, and then the crowd goes nuts, and then you have the interaction between the players and the fans. We saw an exchanging of hats earlier. You see many of the people in the crowd are getting sprayed by the champagne and the beer that the guys are enjoying. So they're very much a part of this parade.
Yes, they are. And the LA sign, of course, the classic LA sign being shown there. This is supposed to last for about 45 minutes. They're running a little bit behind schedule, but the fans here at Dodger Stadium, they are awaiting the players to arrive here, and that is just such a great shot. Yeah, I've counted at least 5 double-decker buses, Alex.
Yeah, and a reminder of just how beloved the Dodgers are in this community. And with respect to the LA Rams, who for many decades were not in Southern California and just don't have the same fan base, the differential in the number of people that are out for this parade compared to the Rams parade a couple years ago is very dramatic. The LA is, Dodgers and Lakers 1A, and the amount of Dodger fans in this city is well represented here right now.
Let's go to Coco McAvoy. She's lit live with all those Dodger fans in downtown LA. Coco.
Good morning. We are on the other side of Grand Park with a lot of fans as well who are so excited to be here for the parade. Look at the babies. How excited are you to be here?
Hopefully not once in a lifetime, but very excited to be here. Can you say, let's go Dodgers?
Let's go Dodgers.
Yeah.
Nice, good job. And look at this beautiful baby. How happy are you to be here?
Oh, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. It is amazing. Hopefully not the last.
Yes.
Not the last.
Oh my goodness. So happy to run into you all with your beautiful babies as well. People are so excited to be here, and a lot of people started making their way down the street because they wanted to follow the bus as well. That's right.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. We the champs. We the champs.
You gotta love the crowds out here. The energy has been electric since 5 o'clock this morning. People came here early because they
All the way. We're taking it next year as well. That's right. That's right.
I like that. We're taking it next year as well, too. People are so excited. Baby, no city like ours. Let's go. No city like ours. Everybody's celebrating, having a good time. We are here in downtown LA after the parade. Everyone's having a great time. Thousands of people here. I will send it back to you as we all keep cheering.
LA in the house. Repeat. Repeat next year. Next year. Repeat. Repeat. MVP. Otani, baby.
Hey, I'm in school for, history. This is history. First parade in 34 years.
Yes, that's right. This is school for it.
Let's
Let's go!
Chant your name on the championship parade.
All right, that was Coco McAvoy reporting live among the fans in downtown Los Angeles. We want to just take a quick 30-second break to allow our sponsors to give you this message.
Nothing feels as good as driving a new Hyundai. And now you can get a great deal on your favorite model at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Plus, every Hyundai is backed by America's Best Warranty. Hurry to the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event before this offer ends. Make your next getaway your best one yet. Drive away now in the Santa Fe with 1.99% APR for 72 months. Only during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
And we continue here live. The boys in blue now passing the Disney Concert Hall in downtown LA, which is such a picturesque Frank Gehry creation. That's such a signature part of the LA skyline. And what a great sight to see all that Dodger blue in front of it as they move past it. Of course, that building was not there back in 1988, the last time the Dodgers had a parade. And of course, it's such an important part of the city now. The Dodgers are on the move. You can see the throngs of people, an estimated potentially 100,000 people there to cheer them on, and the players seem to be having a great time. Kyle, we just saw some of the relievers that we just saw there, and how good was that Dodgers bullpen? Really the MVP of this season in the postseason, in addition to Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, we saw Alex Vesia there on one of the buses, and he had a spectacular season in postseason. Clayton Kershaw having a fun time with the crowd there. Will we see Clayton Kershaw next season in a Dodger uniform once again? He certainly hopes so, and he's expressed his interest in coming back. And we want to say to all of you at home watching us here on Fox 11, we welcome you to our continuing coverage of the Dodgers Championship Parade. You're listening to the voices of Alex Michelson, Marla Tejas, and yours truly, Kyle Kraska, and it's an honor and a privilege to be bringing you this parade coverage today. We have been there every step of the way through the playoffs with the Dodgers and right through the World Series at Yankee Stadium, and now here we are, and we are perched high above the fields here at Dodger Stadium. We're about 10 minutes into this parade route now, so we anticipate probably in about 35 to 40 minutes from now, it's all going to be coming right to us here at Dodger Stadium, and we'll have the celebration right behind us. But guys, no matter how many times you see a championship parade, and, you know, it hasn't happened in a while for the Dodgers, unfortunately, but you see this celebration and the culmination of a championship season and the way fans and players are coming together to celebrate. This is such a special day, a unique day, and one that all of us here witnessing this today are going to remember for a long time.
Yeah, the shot is so great right in front of the Disney Concert Hall, and you just saw the confetti shower that one of the buses enjoyed. The players just loving every moment of this. They remarked after they won their 8th title, they just couldn't wait for the parade, encouraged all the fans to come out, and they have certainly come out in force today. About 100,000 people are expected to be in downtown Los Angeles lining the parade route. Kyle, you mentioned this is supposed to go for about 45 minutes, and then officially around 12:15, although they are running a little behind schedule, the boys will be here at Dodger Stadium for a ticketed celebration, and we are looking forward to that. Now, Alex, you mentioned sort of what a sports town this is. You mentioned the Lakers. I'm not sure if you saw, maybe some of our viewers did, that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar put out a message that the Dodgers shared, and I loved his sentiment because he said he was so happy to see the Dodgers beat the Yankees, and he said it's almost as good as when the Lakers beat the Celtics. Almost, but not quite.
Well, and you think about the one person that brings all of that together is Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's old teammate, who is now a co-owner of the Dodger. He just won his 15th ring.
He needs more fingers.
He had 10 rings with the Lakers as both a player and an owner. Has won now his 2nd ring as a Dodger co-owner, won a ring as an LAFC co-owner, and won a ring as a Sparks co-owner. So Magic Johnson, we'll see if he's there. We saw it looked like a bunch of the ownership group was on the first bus. Stan Kasten, Mark Walter, part of that group, Kyle, that bought the Dodgers at the time for $2 billion. And a lot of folks thought that was overselling way too much. And now the Dodgers valued at $20 billion.
Yes, that was quite the return on investment. No question about that. It's a sight to behold, and to see the way the players are interacting with the fans. You know, that's what's unique about these parades. The fans are there and they're snapping pictures and enjoying that, but at the same time, the players on the buses with their camcorders and their phones out, and they're shooting all of the folks in the crowd. These are going to be memories for a long time for these players as well. And Magic Johnson there on the bus, enjoying the celebration, taking it all in. And there's Gavin Lux right there, front and center, with his phone out, recording all of the folks going by. What a day, what a celebration this is.
Yeah, this is a piece, as we go past the Broad Art Museum, this picture could be a piece of art that hangs on the wall for Southern California. What a cool shot. We saw Jack Flaherty there dancing as well at this big homecoming moment. Marla, somebody who dreamed about this moment as a little kid in the San Fernando Valley, used to pitch with a Dodger jersey on, and now his dream is coming true.
Yeah, I mean, talk about full circle. And, you know, you just had the wonderful opportunity to spend a little time with Jack Flaherty before the series kicked off, and he is right now sponsoring a smoothie. If you buy a smoothie at an Erewhon, the proceeds go to the Tyler Skaggs Foundation. He was great friends with the late Angels player. So Jack Flaherty, yes, Tyler Skaggs, and he is just doing great humanitarian work, as many of these Dodgers do. And you know, that's another element to this team. We talk about how unselfish they are, and then they also do such great humanitarian philanthropy outside of playing baseball.
And nobody more so than Clayton Kershaw, who has been the MLB Man of the Year for that work in the past. Bob DeCastro.
It's incredible, aren't they? Just watching,
we love this.
Watching the buses go through the crowds, the confetti get shot. It's amazing.
Bob DeCastro, take it away here at Dodger Stadium.
It's been such a privilege and an honor to be with all of these Dodger fans in New York City, now back here celebrating at home, back here at Dodger Stadium. This is the line that is for the merch line, and it is an endless line. I've been talking to my friend over here. Give me your name.
Katrina.
Katrina, and you told me you are the biggest Dodger fan.
A huge Dodger fan my whole life. I was born because of Fernando Mania.
Yeah, let me show you your tats here, because you are a Southern California girl and you have the Dodgers, you got SC there, and you told your bosses today was the day. It's not going to happen. You're not going to come.
I'm coming in today. I'm going to be with my Dodger family.
Very nice. Let's talk to some other folks here. Oh my gosh, they're all like, let me talk to you all here. And where are you from, sir?
From Palmdale.
Palmdale. So you came out, are you a season ticket holder, or were you just lucky enough to get a ticket?
I was lucky enough to have friends that give me tickets. Right here.
You got to have friends in good places.
I definitely do.
What are you looking forward to the most today?
Oh, I'm here to cheer on my team. They finally brought it home. Happy to have this parade and the celebration here.
Yeah, very nice. Let me see, looking over here. How are you, sir? You got your michelada. It's never too early for michelada. That's your son over here. You Breakfast of Champions, and we are amongst champions, right?
Amongst champions for sure.
So tell me about bringing your family out here today.
Oh, dude, we've been here all season. We love this thing. This is what we rooted for all year, and this is what we were hoping for, and they did it. The boys brought it home, and so here we are.
Was it a nerve-wracking postseason here for you? Was it a nerve-wracking postseason?
It was definitely. We hate the Padres, you know. We're glad we got past them real quick. And the Yankees weren't really a match. They imploded on us, and so we're glad we made it.
So are you a long time, since you were a child, Dodger fan?
Definitely since I was a child.
Yeah.
Born and raised in LA, there's nothing else to cheer for.
Because we're talking about more than 30 years since this has happened, right? So you must be like, finally, right?
In '88, I was 1 year old. So this is my second time that happens. It's our first parade that actually we get in LA. So this is what we're hoping for.
This is your son right here?
This is my son.
What's your name?
Jacob.
This is also your kid?
They're on the same team. They're on the travel ball team together. Yes, sir. It's a family affair.
So what does it mean to you to have your son here, knowing that you are this?
This is a historic moment that I hope he remembers for the rest of his life, and hopefully it won't be his last time.
No.
It definitely won't be his last time.
We got a dynasty now, so I feel like it's coming.
Right.
Right?
Go Dodgers!
I got you ladies over here. Guys are looking so good. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Where are you from?
San Diego.
You're San Diego.
I'm in San Diego, but born and raised in LA. With my mama.
So you went down to San Diego and you did not become that Padres fan.
No. True Dodgers fan. True Dodgers fan.
So we have this generational thing here going on, right? Is that you taught her to be a Dodger fan, or what happened?
I've been bringing them when they were 5.
You were 5?
Yes, I used to climb that huge stairway, and it was awesome. And we're still here.
Yes. And when did you become a Dodger fan? Early on? Yeah, forever.
When I was 20.
Yes.
And that's a long time.
You look good. You look good. So what are you looking forward to most today? What are you looking forward to?
So my son's autistic, but he's been supporting the Dodgers since he was born. So he's really excited. He's learned the game, watched all the games, supported Freeman, Ohtani, and he's just.
Yes,
so I'm creating core memories for my babies, just like my mama did.
Looking handsome in that jersey too. I love the generation. He's a huge fan.
Huge fan. Thank you so much.
What's this?
His very first game, he was only 5 weeks old. It was Vin Scully's last game, was his first game at Dodger Stadium 8 years ago.
Wow. And let me see. What's your name?
Andy.
Andy, let me see your jersey here, Andy. What you got going on there? There it is. Ohtani. Is that your favorite player?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what are you looking forward to here today?
Just seeing all of them. Celebrating our team. Yeah.
Where are you from?
From New York, but now Dodger fan.
How does that happen?
All the way. 30 years in LA, Dodger fan, raising Dodger fans.
There you go. Thank you so much. All right, there they are here in the line, getting some merch here. You're getting some merch?
We're getting some merch.
Yeah. What's going to be part of the wardrobe now? What are you looking for?
World Series 2024.
Yeah.
Hats, shirts.
I hope they have enough here. This line's been long.
I know. We're making line from all the way from the back, so we're hoping to get some tonight. He's gonna get whatever he wants.
And what are you looking forward here to the most? When
See the
you're
players talking about the World Series, so we'll look into that. So we'll.
Compare this to going to an actual game, because it does have kind of a game-like atmosphere. We don't have an opposing team here, right? So,
That makes it
We're all
better.
Dodger fans here.
Yeah, everybody's just rooting for the Dodgers, so we love it.
Yes. And you guys just took the day off of work today, or how was that?
Yeah, my boss knows.
You did not, did you?
I did.
They know now. Hey, they're Dodger fans too, so they understand. They understand. I'm with you. And you took the day off, you said so, right?
Yeah, I took the day off. My boss knows. So, hi, Steven. I'm over here. You know I'm over here. Dodgers, let's go!
The biggest Dodger fan.
Okay, you are the biggest. Are you sure you're the biggest Dodger fan?
Yeah,
Yeah. How old are you?
11.
Where are you from?
Orange County.
Orange County. And what's your name?
Blake.
Okay, Blake. And so, Blake, tell me about your being the biggest Dodger fan. What are you looking forward to the most here? Just being here in Dodger Stadium for this moment.
To rub it in my family's face because they're all Giants fans.
Oh, wow, that's a pretty big Dodger. This is Mom over here. Did he grow up being a Dodger fan?
Yeah, exactly. My husband and older son are the biggest Giants fans, and he picked the Dodgers.
How does this happen?
My dad, but his uncle is a big Dodger fan too, and so he's been a Dodger fan through all the years, getting hounded about how the Giants won in 2010, 2012, 2014, and in 2020 they still wouldn't really give it to him, but now they didn't come today.
But you took him here. Well, I imagine you're a Dodger fan too.
I'm kind of a.
Don't say that here.
I like Major League Baseball.
Okay.
We live at the baseball field. He's a really good baseball player himself and a catcher, and so we love baseball.
Love baseball.
His little sister lives at the field.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, thank
Hey,
you.
we're talking to the gentleman over here. Where are you all from? Where are you from?
From Los Angeles.
Just here locally, nearby?
Yes, sir.
Walk to the stadium?
Yes, sir.
No,
We did.
Did you walk to the
We took an Uber. We took an Uber, but LA loves October. We love the Dodgers, and we're out here representing.
shout out to the Dodgers. You know, we couldn't celebrate in 2020, but we're here celebrating now. You know, shout out Kike, Mr. October. Hey, just like this title says, LA loves October. Let's keep it going.
There you go. LA loves October. So we'll be out here throughout the morning, the afternoon, talking about the Dodger fan, celebrating the Dodgers' victory. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. A couple of the Dodgers there choosing not to wear the championship shirts.
Who needs a shirt? Who needs a T-shirt?
You put in that much work, I guess you don't need one.
Exactly right. It's great to see the fans here. They're excited about the parade being on its way. This stadium is nearing capacity now as the seats continue to get filled, and they're watching on the jumbotrons the parade route. And as it gets closer, they're getting louder and louder, and that's where we are going to be as the parade approaches Dodger Stadium. We're going to pause for just 30 seconds so we can have a word from our sponsor.
Accidents happen, and when they do, every second counts. Whether you've been involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, waiting to reach out to my winning team of attorneys could be a costly decision. Evidence fades, memories dim, and vital details slip away. Your case deserves immediate attention. Don't navigate the legal maze alone. At Sweet James, we're here for you. Let us fight for the justice you deserve. Time is ticking, and so is the strength of your case. Call now for a free consultation. Your future depends on it.
We continued our coverage of the Dodgers victory parade happening right now through the streets of downtown Los Angeles. The players feeling the love of LA. Can we listen in and listen to some of the crowd for a second?
Right?
So much fun there. You see there, Banda, one of the relievers there, who was known for wearing a clown mask after all the clinches and has a fair amount of tattoos, showcasing those tattoos again and cheering the crowd. And
well, you know the best way to not get champagne and beer on your shirt is to
take it off.
Not wear a shirt at all.
Yeah.
And of course, that's Kike Hernandez alongside him, and the crowd is just loving every single minute of it. It's going to go by so quickly, though, for all the fans because it's just over a mile long. But they take their time, they stop and they wave. And I do love seeing the family atmosphere, though, with the wives and the children and parents on the buses, too. I mean, what a moment for them. And this is something that they've worked their entire lives for. This is why they get into it. This is what they hope for. And by the way, can I just say this, that the Dodgers spring schedule starts on February 20th.
Oh.
Let's look ahead,
It'll
right?
be here before we know it.
Yeah, they're going against the Chicago Cubs at Camelback Ranch, of course, for spring training in Arizona. And these fans, they already can't wait for next season, no doubt about it. I mean, it's just a packed house.
And let's not forget they're going to open up the season next year in Japan.
Oh, that is
against
right.
those same Chicago Cubs. So that'll be very exciting. We know that the kind of